Hi guys, we're going to do a reading for twin flames and the collective for the divine feminine and the divine masculine. A lot of people are like, well, I don't know if this is for you. It is for you. We're going to talk about healing your love life, healing your relationships. If you're not in one, that can be normal. We go through phases of that. When you are ready, you're going to move into a relationship. You're going to move into new love. And that's so important. So sometimes we have old hurts that are creating wounds and blockages in our love life or different areas of our life, but we're focusing on love life healing right now in twin flame union and connection. And this is also important for any of you in a twin flame separation or that have gone into one or are in one or navigating one, because it is the same. Clearing that past baggage and these blockages are going to open you up to union and to connection. And so sometimes it is the old stuff. Sometimes, and a lot of the time, we're having to kind of work on and resolve these things too to kind of come into a union. So 2023, a new year. We have an Aquarius new moon that we're getting ready for tomorrow, and this is so important. The seeds and what we're focused on, what we're doing right now is so important for the rest of the year. And just like it sounds, new moon, this is the time where we're focused on the new and also putting our intentions out there towards the new right now. So we have a lot kind of going on. I'm not going to get into it on this video. That's a topic for another video. A lot going on. But let's do a read for the feminine and the masculine. This is just for whoever's kind of finding it. It is for you if you're finding it. Let's just do a reading for what's going on for the divine feminine. If you are the masculine, you can take this as from messages from your feminine or what's going on with the feminine right now. We're going to use a couple of different twin flame decks. So a lot of times you get this so you'll know a lot of times when you're coming out of separation or if you're in a full union that you're getting like a twin flame glow. Love does that, right? But it's also a powerful path that can open us up to so much when we are in a deeper harmony and alignment. And this is about coming into union with ourselves first for these connections. So a lot of times you're having to do a lot of deep inner work too around the connection. So a lot of times people are like doing all this healing and single, and the reason what's going to happen is union. And it's like, bam, oh my God, you meet your twin flame, right? And so it could be unexpected for a lot of people too with it and the work and where it's guiding you and leading you to, because it's leading you towards the inner union so that you can come into a spiritual union in the 3D physical as well too. So let's just pull some cards and see what is going on with the divine feminine. All right, so we're going to start with anyone in a separation, and I always say it's different for everyone, so I always do encourage you, if you're finding this video, come do some one-on-one work with me. It's going to help shift your situation no matter what's going on and bring healing to this area. I do a lot of work with relationships and your love life to help you in clearing blocks. I am also a healer, so I get into helping clear and heal the energetics of what's going on as well too. So when I do sessions, we go in and can go through the healing as well too. So it brings a lot of healing and will help you in this area so much. It'll also help you if you're not sure about the connection, because we're clearing energies for this moon. We're having to cut cords and clear attachments, and for some, the karmic situations, and it could be people or experiences or things kind of going on. This is like sometimes a big block, or why you're not in a union, or if you're in a separation, or things that get in the way of union if you're in one. So let's just start with, if you're in a separation, this could be masculine triggered over things that you said, and that happens. So okay, with separation, if you've just gone into one and this is your twin flame, that happens a lot of the time, and I feel like it can go good for a while, and it's like, oh my God, things can come up, and then usually it comes up for both. And it's like, then the healing needs to come in for whatever come up. And we're like, what do you mean come up? What was said? What was going on? And like, we're raising up our consciousness. We're becoming more aware of what to be working on, what we're moving through, what's coming up. And this can trigger things on both ends. And this is the healing comes in. And if you do that healing work and you're doing it within yourself, then you're going to come back together. And if you're going into a separation, it could be different reasons. The energy is too intense for you at that moment. More healing work. Generally, things kind of coming up, getting in the way. And then it's like, okay, well, once things are said, they can kind of become a block as well too. So I talk about energy in the dynamic. With relationships, we can get negativity in it, right? Just like within ourselves, we need to be clearing our energy, and we need to be more mindful of any of the connections that we have, friends, family, partners, and things like that, and the energy component as well too. So there could be negativity sometimes that is blocking your connection too, or negative energies from things that were said, or negative energies exchanged between both of you. Sometimes like hurtful things that were said and stuff like that can create wounding and blocks. It is our job to like clear all of this wounding and heal all of this wounding kind of going on. So if that's for you, just kind of know that. Knowing that despite that, and I talk about these, we're talking about destined partners and kind of things that are happening, especially within the ascension energies. Oh my God, like never before. And I feel we're all on a very similar path. This is why I get on video and I talk about my experience, because I know it's going to help everyone, no matter what your level, what you're going through. We're all going through this spiritual awakening and this ascension. It's shaking things up in our lives and changing things. And so just kind of know there's like a healing that's taking place right now. We're going through a total rebirth energy as we're moving towards the spring equinox. And I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but until that point, we're still in one cycle. And as we're getting towards the spring equinox, things are really going to shift in your life, but also within anyone having a twin flame connection, no matter what your situation. And so you are, and you may be, no matter if you're in separation or union, or, you know, getting ready, like I said, for these unions, really healing yourself in this space that we're in. We're in like such a healing energy right now. And it's so important too, with some of the energies kind of going on right now with the ascension. All right. And then, so a lot of just kind of working on, and your masculine is kind of trying to work on themselves as well too. And they could be at different places with that, or like having a lot going on, a lot kind of going on with them too. And we need to be mindful of that too, right? Everyone has their own experience and things kind of going on too. So with the feminine, you might have a lot of offers right now. And then this is like, you might be seeing things around you, like weddings, right? Babies, weddings, that dream house you want, your friend got it down the street, or things that are mirroring your deeper desires. So like, and I saw this too. So I was talking about manifesting a house, and then, oh my God, everyone was around me and I was helping them in these processes and things like that. And so right now our manifestations are huge for this year, and we're getting shaken up a little bit just so we can go bigger with things too. And so you might be seeing things that are mirroring your twin flame dynamic. And I've had this happen, and other people tell me their experiences too, which gives me a lot of insight into these kind of things. And so I see things in my reality and in my work that are also mirroring my situation. And so it's like, you can try to kind of tune this out. And maybe you're like in a separation, or, you know, you are in a union and you're trying to tune out this connection and get things done, but you're seeing it reflected in different areas. And like a lot of times it happens like this with things that you do desire. And it could be like, you guys are seeing people that have what you want right now. They are where you need to be through this divine work that you're doing as well too. So the feminine might even be like seeing things everywhere. They may even be getting other love offers as well too. This card can be like offers, right? So this could be also like, if you're in a separation, this could be people trying to date you. I always say that's one indicator if someone is your flame. Two, if you're being guided, like not to, and not to wait for them. But this can get tricky too, because this is why I would do a reading, because then you can really tell if it is a, you know, karmic soulmate you're having a hard time letting go of and releasing, or if it is a real twin flame connection, because a lot of times it's going to be a little bit different than a real ending of a relationship, needing to heal from it so that you can move on towards new love, and hopefully with your twin flame. And a lot of people kind of get a little bit of layers of confusion going on. So it's important, if it's your real flame, you'll probably be guided not to, and things like that. So this is a little bit of seeing the connection mirrored throughout your reality, through your desires and things going on. Awakening, my favorite. We have a tsunami of space energy coming into the planet, and we're starting to feel it. And like on a DNA level, you know, we're going through certain activations and upgrades. A lot of this energy is galactic. We're having a lot of CMEs and solar flares coming at us right now, and we're starting to feel it more and more. And this is like literally the ingredients of the awakening, alongside not just the cosmic energies, but some of the cosmic alignments that are playing out. And they are supporting you on your waking journey, right? Source energy is guiding you and supporting you on your awakening journey, but also on your journey home to your twin flame. And so trusting, it's like, a lot of people get confused if you went into a separation, it wasn't like a breakup. It was like, this is incentive of, if you want this, you need to put in the work to make it happen. And it isn't chasing this person in the 3D sense. It is that deep inner work, that deep healing work. So awakening coming up for many right now. Realizations, progress. Your twin is awakening to your connection. As you're doing the work, they're going to wake up more and more, because this is a deep mirror connection. You're mirroring like so much, and that's why it can be an intense connection, because it's like you're getting it all back. You're getting your own energy, their energy mirrored back. And so I know it can be very intense too to go through, but if you are doing that deep healing work, this is going to wake up your divine counterpart, and they're going to match you on whatever level you're on. Oh no, right? You have to do this work, right? So we're shaking off a lot of like old stuff. We talk about codependency and old stuff and the childhood stuff and the wounding and the trauma and the things that are blocking our light and also our DNA, and having to move through a certain healing process, as well as integrating some of the upgrades kind of going on as well too. So major healing happening, knowing that they're going to always mirror what you're thinking, what you're saying, what's going on with you, with your energy and in your situation on so many levels. Oh my God, right? Multidimensional levels. So just know that. So you're really having to come into balance with yourself and do that deeper work. And when you do, you'll come into alignment with this person. Like denial. Okay, this could be like, it's not always the connection. Sometimes you know that. It's denial about the work that needs to be done and what's coming up, the issues, and things like that. So a lot of times that's why you're needing to kind of go into this deeper work too, and kind of see what's going on specifically for you. All right, building community. We're in Aquarius. Are you being guided to be of service? This is how twin flames come together. They don't just come together to do the 3D of parenting and babies and house. A lot of them do that, but on top of that, right, they still might do that. They may, but they're coming together for a greater soul mission, coming together for ascension. That's powerful. That's a mission right there. If both of your souls are agreeing to come work on ascension together, that could be one thing. Some of you guys, like myself, I'm a healer, and so my twin flame is going to be like on that same kind of, we'll say, mission path and things like that. So we're working together, you know, like on different projects or something. That could be something. So a lot of times, you know, you might even come together more and more on that bigger level to help the planet and to help the collective, or have that deep desire to. And this is where it starts out. Like, I don't really care about anything else. I have this deep pull that I should be here helping during this time. And I spend a lot of my time doing just that, doing my own mission. And a lot of you guys might be sensing or feeling that. And then that is going to take healing and really working with tapping into and activating your own soul gifts as well too. And like going into it, it's going to take a lot of practice, right? And kind of working with whatever you're doing or meant to be doing. And a lot of times this is where your flame will be most magnetized to you, when you're doing really good with your own divine assignment and your mission. You know, this is what's going to draw them to you on a lot of levels too. So a lot of times people have different blocks in these areas as to why they're not in a physical union, or have been and have gone into a separation. So this is where the deeper work comes in as well too. Your twin flame is meant to motivate you, and you'll say, well, wait, they blocked me and they're not around. A lot of people will say that. That can be normal, right? Oh my God. And you'll be like, well, they're not around. But this is the motivation, that if you do recognize this person and want to be with them, that you need to do that deeper work so that this isn't happening on some level. All right, so, and then it's going to cut off if you're on Instagram. Make sure you check it out. My website, sparksofdivinelighealing.com. I have a whole twin flame section and whole healing section as well too. I do tons of healing sessions. Set up a reading if you need me. You guys know that's where to find me. All right, and then for the divine feminine, still material world. Are you focusing too much on the material world, too much on money, career status, third dimension, and things like that. Yes, you're being guided to like get out there and do what you're doing and make your mark, but you're also being guided to find balance in this lifetime, especially between the physical and the material, and that root and the upper and the spiritual and that crown, and like literally balancing your own energy between things. So a lot of times you guys are like, well, I'm a mom and that's what I'm doing. Make sure that you're exploring different dimensions of yourself and different versions of yourself, and really finding yourself in different areas. So maybe you're really good at that job and you're there, you're a CEO, I hope so, right? And you're doing so good, but you know, maybe at home your relationship wasn't doing so good, or other areas weren't doing so good. You might struggle in, right? You might be struggling in family, and maybe some of you guys are just sitting at home and doing the parenting thing, and that's about it. And so it's about finding balance within ourselves, and a lot of these different ways that we are coming through and expressing ourselves in the physical world, in the physical dimension, right? So a little bit about if you're overworking, focused on like the material of it, making more space for the spiritual. This is going to be a spiritual connection. The energy's like, I'm feeling it now. Like you're probably like, I'm away from this person, but you're feeling it on so many levels. So you're going to feel it energetically on a lot of levels. So it's like an intense connection. But it's a spiritual connection. It's a spiritual pulse. So we're figuring out that we're multidimensional. And yes, I'm here doing this video, but look, I'm able to channel other dimensions and feel other energies and things like that. So this is about finding balance within your own energy, opening up to spiritual dimensions, knowing that this is a spiritual connection too, and meant to be. So if we're not, and because I'm going to go back to things said, if things are coming up in the connections, the universe's goal is to keep us on that spiritual path no matter what. And I think we all see that if people aren't good for us, they get taken off our path, and that goes for everyone as well too. And so this, especially for your twin flame connection. So, you know, the goal is to like really work on yourself, be spiritually aligned to really come into these unions. If you're trying to manifest one in a separation, if you're in one still for you and kind of working through this stuff. Mystery. Are you being guided to open up to the mysteries of the universe? Initiation, healing as well too, and really tapping in. And so when you're doing this deeper work, you're going to be able to tap in more. You're going to get better inner guidance. You're going to be able to like kind of, you know, get more downloads and more of a knowing. Magic, intrigue, suspense. You're entering unknown territory, and this is where we're going. Because if you're still in the 3D matrix and doing that, okay, but we're meant to be trying a new way where we're gonna have to really tap into our own soul and find our own way. Oh my gosh, and you're gonna be doing something different than everyone else is, and so you might be feeling that as you're going through this spiritual awakening, which we were talking about earlier, and some of this process as you're opening up to the universe and the mysteries of the universe right now, being guided to tap into your own manifestation magic, to your own magic, that you're manifesting all of this. Yes. And we need to shift out of 3D victim consciousness, which is the, oh, my sad story about the flame. I know, right? And align with a fifth dimensional version of things and where you want to be with it. And we're learning how to do that. So tapping into your own soul's magic, your own manifestations, and what you desire is coming up from this reading. Compromise. Mutual understanding, flexibility, give and take, and brings reward. So we were talking about being different, and this is like literally about working with others right now. We come into union. I think it's like a test too. Like every time it's like, oh my God, I feel like I'm living in a weird alien world and we're being tested all the time, and that's okay. But sometimes it is to see where we're at, because if it's a mirror and it's not going good, okay, failed, we need to go work on ourselves and heal more. And this is how sometimes the connections can go. And it's like that. It's like literally like that at a deep level. And so it's just mirroring back your own work to do, or things coming up within it and stuff like that. So working through whatever's coming up for your healing, whether if you're in a connection or just by yourself, it doesn't matter. We're having a big focus on healing with this Aquarius new moon. And I'm going to do a reading for what's going on with the divine masculine. What's coming up with the divine masculine right now. So if you're feminine, take this as what's going on with your masculine, where they're at, what they're working on. Divine masculine, what you're working on, what's coming up for you. What's going on with the masculine collective. All right, I'm going to start out with these ones. All right, Love it. Beautiful day here. I'm glowing anyway. Just thought I'd share some love with you guys. Right, let's see what's going on with the masculine. Make sure I posted, my book is out now, Messages from Spirit. I have it pinned on my pages. You'll have to go find it. Oh my God. And it's been such a project to do that one. I didn't say that one right. It was like, that was very personal, and it took a lot out of me. So I'm really excited to have birthed that project and just to see where it's going, because I wanted to write about my own awakening and experiences and where my own path has guided me in life through this awakening, and to talk about things, because I don't get to, right? And I have a lot to kind of, you know, put out there at different times, and lots of things and experiences that'll probably help people that are waking up on different levels, or people that have gone through these experiences. And I feel we all have, like we have so much in common, right? And so I wanted to write something that was real life about my life and my awakening, and I did. So make sure you guys are checking that out too. All right, kept up a facade. This is 3D. So like, this is like okay, I always say, like, I make a joke, like when you're at work or you're at your most uncomfortable or awkwardest, or you're around that family member and you can't wait to get out of there, or whatever it is, your ego comes out more. And sometimes it could be other things like defense mechanism, or you're getting ego-y, say ego-y, right? But it also might be a collection of old stories that we need to release, that we've like just taken on all of this stuff from earth and letting it go. And this goes for the divine masculine, that has taken on all of the projections and stuff and old identities, and like who their mom saw them as, and their siblings, and the guy next door, and you know, different roles they played, like the 10-15 jobs they had, or wherever they ended up in the matrix. And it's become a collection of self, but false self, like ego self. And it's like, and then all of a sudden the energies are coming in, and the masculine is awakening. And as they're going through an entire, and I describe it like a star collapsing and burning, and it could feel like that. Like, it feels like at different points your whole life is going to fall in, and you have to trust that, because it's about that person that you're about to become. And this is for the divine masculine, where they're going through such an awakening, and it's like I'm seeing being shown like bursting out of it. like you're a little chicken and you're hatching and you're bursting out of the egg, and new. And this goes for the masculine and who they are shifting into and becoming the awakened masculine. And this is very, very important too. A psychic, an empath, but clearing that false self they may be showing other people still. And this still happens. It's like not trying to, right? Whether just different reasons. It could be, you know, just used to it, right? Being awkward. But the feminine can see through this, and a lot of times can see the core of that awakened masculine. And it's not a potential thing. I think it's just like an energetic thing, or what's happening within the process and how they're seeing them in that higher light. And as they are the masculine, will see themselves in that light more and more as well too. The masculine is going through an awakening. Some of that wounding is in those layers. Oh my God. So we just have like, here's our real self inside, and like here's a layer of wounding, trauma, the family stuff, and we'll just say there's like all of these sometimes blocks and layers, and it can feel like that. And so, like, know those are clearing within these energies and within the work being done, and the real awakened masculine is appearing more and more as well, too. This may be in their inner world first right now, with their dreams and visions and things going on. And I feel it's so important that they are being encouraged, because it's so important to the dynamic with you and your reality and what will play out too. So just like for them, staying positive, tuning into their inner world. You might be daydreaming a lot, masculine, and that's okay. You might just feel like wanting to be in your own world, and that happens with Mercury retrograde. And yes, we're out of it, but we're also in a retro shade, and it's like, I describe this new moon as the fog. We went through a fog. I think Mists of Avalon, right? We went through a fog. I think Mists of Avalon. And we're coming out of it, but we're still in that retro shade. So you're getting more clarity, but you might need a little bit more. I said self-care, time with your dreams. That's important over the next 48 hours. So really like focusing on your dreams right now. Ego gets in the way for the masculine. This could just be like pride, not opening it up enough, not showing themselves. It could be different reasons. It could have been if you're in a separation, not the reason why, things coming up. All right, the masculine has had dreams about you. And okay, dream world is complicated. I want to do like 100 videos on it because I love it, right? I'm clearly doing work there too, and a lot of you are having more and more encounters where you're being taught, healed, and going through different situations in the dream world, in the astrals. So they've had dream encounters with you. This is a first connection in the astrals. It is real. These are real encounters. Sometimes these could be, I want to say, like sexy dreams, right? Merge dreams and things like that, clearly, and things like that, or it could just be you're around each other. It just kind of depends. If you are connecting there, these are real encounters, and a lot of times you guys might have even connected there first before the 3D physical. So what happens is like you might have gone and connected, we'll say, and been together because you're together on these higher realms. And if you're not together here, especially, remember you are outside of the matrix. But a lot of times if you guys are in a separation, that's happening too, even more, that they're connecting with you or trying to find you or see what's going on, right? Like, okay, especially if things are blocked here. So in the physical, if things are like blocked and you're not, I always say if you lose communication, it's really bad and it's not good. And you want to work through that. So that's why I always say, come find me, right? I'm like, come find me. Okay, so you don't want to get to that point. But if you guys are, then you're going to have, maybe you're having dream encounters because they might, and that depends on their side if they want to, be connecting with you or seeing what's going on or try to talk to you there or whatever it is that's playing out. So a lot of times it's like things, you have a dream and you put it out of your mind. They're important messages. They're important to what is happening on other dimensional levels. Pay attention to the dreams going on. The masculine is connecting with you in your dreams. That means that you are too. So pay attention if you're remembering dreams for either. This is so important. It could have just been knowing that before. And I think that's a big clue too. Like stuff like that, especially if you merged or whatever, right? It's like, okay, big indicator right there and things kind of going on. So pay attention to any dreams coming up. Okay, so just needing, and if you're in a separation, intense energies coming up, that's the awakening, and you can only go so fast, and you need to know that too. And if you're like, well, for the ones that are like, oh, they need to work on themselves, they need to wake up more. No, you have to work on yourselves. You need to wake up more. This is something going on within you always, and that's the biggest block because people set it aside and they don't do the work, and then nothing much shifts. And so it's so important to shift these situations energetically too. All right, so the masculine, if anyone is unawakened, that's just 3D ego darkness. And so sometimes that's like, it's so complicated. We're all of it. We're so complicated as humans. Oh my God. Add the emotions in it, all of it. And that's okay. But we have these layers of different versions of ourselves that we're talking about for the feminine. Let's talk about it for the masculine. So they might have things coming up that are like 3D ego and darkness and things like that. And that's okay. This could be things to integrate or release. It just depends. And like sometimes we need to release the wounding and the hurts and the traumas. But sometimes we have those darker aspects that we are meant to integrate as part of our gifts, right? You might need those too, right? You don't know. So it just depends on what's coming up, but also releasing, and we are releasing layers of darkness because this is how we come home and back up to source and back up to the light and kind of going through this process. So the masculine's also going through this process. For the masculine, staying focused on the outcome. So if you are desiring your masculine back, you're trying to manifest one, you are the masculine, focusing on your outcome of what you want with your manifestations. You're going to see results right now. Things are going to start to move fast, but not yet ready, right? Like take a minute and cocoon and focus on your manifestations. You are tending your garden right now with this new moon, and that is okay. But focusing on your outcome that you want and things that you want is going to be so important for the masculine right now. This is going to help you shift to those timelines. Pay attention to your words. Speak about what you want right now, not what you don't want. Vibration is important too. We're talking about energy. What do you need to do to take care of your energy? So vibrations you're putting out is so important. Energy and positivity. Raise your vibration to attract what you desire. And masculine, and I want to say orphan because it's angelic, but masculine energy is different in how it works. as well too. So it's just kind of like a different dynamic as well too. Really working on your energy, masculine. You have a very strong energy. It's important that you're working on it and staying in those higher frequencies, because you are affecting the feminine dynamic more than you know. It doesn't matter if you're with them or a million miles away from them. You are deeply connected with this person. So for the masculine, working on your energy, knowing that the feminine is going to bounce off of it in a lot of ways. Are you being guided to pull back and observe things, see what's up, right? The observer, right? I'm like the scientist. Pull back to just kind of see what's up, what's going on. So this means that the masculine, okay, for anyone in separation, is around you more than you know, I always say. And even if they're not in your awareness right now, they're meant to be. And, you know, the universe is waiting for you to do that deeper work to pull them back into it. So for the masculine, just know they're around you. And this is for the masculine as well, too. So maybe they're on social media and checking you out, around you, watching you. All right. And then this is the separation card. So we've been talking about separation a lot today. No contact, 5D, dreams, nightmares, focus on your own happiness. So something that's going on too, whether the masculine maybe isn't sleeping good, having bad dreams, having a lot of dreams to integrate and just waking up tired, right? Like, oh my God, okay. A lot going on in the astral as we were talking about that, but they're dreaming about you then, and you do play a part of that too. So this is for the masculine, about purging and releasing things. We do that in our sleep. We're integrating things that we have been feeding our brain all day when we're sleeping, and they're releasing. And so we have a lot coming up within our thoughts, within these energies, within our body. So therefore a lot within our subconscious and within our dreams that is happening, but we're also opening up there more as well too. This is about clearing your fears so that we're not creating nightmares in either reality and things like that. And so then it's just confusion and things like that, and more like healing and fear to go into, because when we're experiencing realities we don't want, it's a lot of healing of moving through that. And ultimately the universe is going to try to shift us into 5D more, which is like your dream life. And so we have these spectrums of creation happening. This is about really focusing on your manifestations right now, especially over the next, we'll say 72 hours within all these manifestation energies, as tomorrow is the new moon. Tending your garden, as I said, seeds, masculine, you may need to pull back right now. If they are pulled back to the feminine, they're probably around you still on social media. They're needing to work on their vibration right now. So it might be integrating some of these, we'll say DNA activations going on for the masculine too. Just depends on everyone's situation though. I always say that's why you should get a reading. We're going to pull a couple Archangel Michael cards right now too. Right, so this is for everyone. Be honest with yourself, especially about the situation. So whether it's taking more accountability for the work that you need to do, because it is all a mirror, and going deeper within that and seeing a higher perspective of how to clear it energetically. You need to clear your energy. Something's within it that may be blocking the connection we talk about. All your feelings, even the difficult ones, have a message for you. Accept the truth and let source take it from there. So sometimes we're like, oh, well, I'm always wanting to feel good and do what I want, but life usually has other plans for us. And so if you are having negativity come up, know that it could be purging out or clearing, or things that you need to go into more, right? And this is why we're moving through it. So we're kind of moving through some waves, even though we have shifted into Aquarius season today, which is an air sign, and we're seeing a lot of fire in a minute, right? Air and fire. So we have an air and fire theme that's coming at us, right, as we're moving into Aquarius season within this new moon as well too. And so like a lot going on there too, knowing that just you might have a lot kind of to clear or to go into. So the way forward is open. You're not trapped. Possibilities and opportunities abound. I'll guide you through personal and spiritual freedom. And this is so important too. Shifting the energy, shifting the situation. Oh my God, it's not meant to take forever, right? You're meant to go shift your energy. This can happen instant. So really working on your healing, doing some energy work. Pray from the heart. Prayer can really move mountains. Reach out to the divine in your heart's concerns and watch miracles unfold, manifesting miracles, especially within your love life. Where is your love life at? I was like, this is for everyone, especially if you don't want it, because this represents old wounds and hearts that are needing to be cleared, because we're always going into connections as we're ready for them as well too. And sometimes people have stopped at that point on the journey, like literally like they're on a mountain and just stopped, and you've made it like all the way up the mountain and your twin flame is at the top, and you just gave up on love like right at the top right here after that karmic, and it's like right in front of you. And so needing to clear old hurts and things like that, and we need to anyway, within the ascension, so we're being guided to the twin flame, is just, you know, ultimately where our soul is meant to be guiding us on a greater level. We're always wanting love, right? The higher level is love, and that higher attainment in a different kind of path. And so just kind of know that we have a lot kind of coming up within the ascension for clearing energies going on with the ascension. I said, if you guys are not doing the healing work today, you're probably feeling ascension symptoms more and things kind of coming up more. But I'm going to go on that note anyways, because I'm going to go do more cards elsewhere. But I'm sending you guys a ton of love and good energies. I'm here if you need any healing sessions, you need readings, check out my twin flame section on my site. Anyways, I always say do the individual work. You know, come get at me. It's going to help shift your situation going into it and healing it energetically. Have a beautiful day.